Over here. Oh my gosh.
So do we have to do mic checks? Ask, please.
We should have just showed the
Just shut the...
Sorry, Dad. Hi, welcome to our show, Outdoors Today. I'm your host, Cole.
And I'm Cooper.
And today, we're going to have two special guests, Michael Lamodio, an expert on fishing, and Riley Lamley, an expert on camping. Here, we have Michael Lamodio with us. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, Michael.
Very grateful to be here.
So, Michael, let's just make sure I didn't get my facts wrong. You are an expert, right?
Yes, I am an expert. I know everything there is to know about fishing. Certainly more than any fishing magazine.
So, Michael, with you knowing so much about fishing, can you give me a few pointers on what to do?
Yeah, absolutely. The truth is, you don't actually need very good equipment. You could do it with just a rod and some string, if you really wanted to. Just a basic stick. What you really need is skill and patience. If you don't have those, naturally, you just have to practice.
Wow. So, out of everything fishing has to bring, what would you say you find the most interesting about it?
I like catching and eating new fish, you know? Just like any other hobby. Every time I catch a new fish, it's like I accomplished something new.
Wow.
Very, very interesting. When did you begin fishing?
I began fishing with my father when I was only 8 years old. And at the time, I hated it. I thought it was boring. We would go out in his boat and just fish for about a whole day. And I was so bored, I never knew it would grow into such a big hobby for me.
Wow.
That's very,
So, I'm sure you've caught a lot of fish, but I want to know what the most exotic fish that you've caught is.
The most exotic fish I caught would be the platinum arowana. I caught it when I was fishing in Cuba. And the platinum arowana is very expensive. It can be sold for $500,000. When I first caught it, I thought it was just a very colorful trout, and I was almost going to throw it back in the water. But when I realized what it really was, I almost had a heart attack. Not many fishermen will ever say they caught a platinum arowana.
I gotta go catch me one of those,
I
eh?
wish I could.
So, Michael, what would you say is the most amount of fish you've caught in one sitting?
About 180. It's no big deal, though. I caught them all in one sitting with one giant net, so
Okay.
something that happens on a daily basis.
Daily basis? Okay.
Wow. So, I'm sure you have a lot of fishing stories. Can you tell me and Cooper one of them?
Oh, I have many fishing stories, believe me. My favorite would probably be when I was fishing with my father back about 5 years ago, maybe 6. And I had the rod, right? And it was just in the water. The line was in the water, and it was like 6 o'clock in the evening. We were out fishing since 8 o'clock in the morning. I was so bored, I didn't think I was going to catch anything. My dad caught about 3, I caught none. And then I see a glimpse of a massive fish swimming by. Right when I see it, I feel a tug on my rod. I go flying into the water. I'm so disoriented. I think this massive fish is going to swallow me whole. Next thing I know, there's a rope in front of me. I grab it, I get pulled back on the boat. But I still have nightmares about that massive fish.
Wow.
That must have been a huge fish.
Must have been traumatizing.
Very big. Very traumatizing.
Well, Michael, that's all the time we have for today. We'll be back with Riley Lamley, an expert on camping. Nice to meet you, Michael.
Pleasure's all mine.
Great to have you.
Nick's a top athlete. He's popular with his friends. He gets good grades. He's a leader in the school. But all that changes when he gets behind the computer.
Welcome back to the show.
Here we have Riley Lamley, an expert on fishing. Nice to meet you, Riley.
Nice to meet you guys. It's nice to be here.
So Riley, with you being so big on camping, can you give me and the viewers a few tips?
Yeah, I'd say one of the most important things to remember when you go camping is that when you have food, make sure you bring a rope in a bag, because you want to put the food in a bag and then tie it into a tree so no animal gets it, because you really need your food when you go camping.
Wow. Okay, so I want to ask you a question, because I was doing some research on you and found out you're really, really good at navigating.
Yeah.
So here's my hypothetical question. Say me and Cooper went out camping and ended up getting lost in the woods. How would we get back to civilization?
Well, it's always nice to have a compass or even a map when you like go hiking or camping or anything, but if you don't, what I learned is to use the sun as kind of like a compass. So rising and setting, you can use that as a compass so it could guide you where to go. It's pretty helpful.
Thank you.
I should learn that.
Keep that in mind.
Do you think there is anything else that you could tell us about camping?
When you go camping, like most people, like to start a fire, you used to have a lighter, right? But it's always nice to know, say you forget your lighter, 2 sticks, 2 rocks, whatever you can to try and start a fire when you're out there.
So I know I'm the kind of guy to bring a lighter and some newspaper
Definitely
to start a
me too,
fire.
me
Yeah.
I just want to know, since you go camping all the time, you might get bored of bringing a lighter. I don't even know if you bring a lighter. What is your special way to start a campfire?
Well, I don't bring a lighter too often. I use 2 sticks, 2 rocks, really whatever I can find. But there was this one time I was walking through the woods and I found this piece of glass on the ground. I picked it up and I was like, I've never tried this before, so how about I just try it out? So I grabbed a bunch of dry brush and I put it in a pile in the sun, and I sat there with the glass and with the sun going through it, and for about an hour, and I started a fire.
Wow.
And it's pretty
Yeah,
nice.
that's pretty crazy. So Riley, how often would you say you go camping in a year?
Well, I try to go like, I don't know, 8 months of the year, but I only go for maybe like 2-3 weeks during that month. I go to anywhere really, any forest, a campground, whatever's near me really.
Oh. So, do you have any favorite camping food?
I have to say, like, if I go to a campground, my favorite food's gotta be like marshmallows or s'mores. They're just so good.
Definitely, that's perfect camping food right
I think
there.
it's the same for me.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's all we have for Riley. We'll be back after this break.
Oh, honey, you forgot your book.
Oh, thanks, Ma.
Have a good day.
All right, welcome back to the show. That was pretty good, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it was great.
What do you think was what did you like most about talking to the Michael and Riley?
I'd have to say the most I liked about Riley was how his knowledge of the outside world, like most of our kids today, are always inside, know almost nothing about the outside world. Riley had so much knowledge of it and gave everyone a few pointers and tips. What I liked about Michael was his sheer dedication to fishing and how he even managed to catch 180 fish, even though I find that a little hard to believe.
Yeah, definitely. Like, definitely with a net. Like, who scoops a net and pulls out 180 fish? Like,
Yeah, I know. And the platinum marijuana.
$500,000?
At first, I thought he said marijuana.
Yeah. He's a little.
He's a little nutty, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. And the whole Riley thing with the glass and
The fire. Yeah.
I could maybe if it was a magnifying glass, but just glass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And an hour. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all we have for the show. We all hope you enjoyed it. Join us next time. I'm Cole.
And I'm Cooper. And this has been Outdoors Today.